Let's start by looking at the data I'll be importing. My Excel file contains both company and contact information. The company information has company name, address 1 and 2, city, state, and zip, and the contact information includes full name, separated first and last name, title, greeting, salutation, and email fields. The first row in my spreadsheet is called a header. That row should have the field names that describe what is in each column. The rest of the rows in my spreadsheet will each become a separate record in REA. Looking at this example, I will have 5 separate companies and contacts in REA when I'm finished with the import. Let's take a quick look at how my Excel spreadsheet lines up with my REA fields. Looking at the company table first in REA, I'll open up the company details screen. You can see the headings in my spreadsheet match the fields in my REA company table. I did this to make it easy for me to map the information. Now let's take a look at the contact side of my import. Once again, you can see I have matched my Excel header to the field names used on the REA contact record. Now let's start the import. In REA, click the File menu and then select Import and File. Select the type of data. We'll choose Contacts. Since we don't have a map, click Create a new import map and select Comma Delimited File with Header. Next, select the CSV file you created with Excel and then click Next. In the next phase of the import, you will map your CSV fields to the corresponding REA fields. On the right side, REA lists the fields from your CSV file. The field names come from the header row in your spreadsheet, and the values come from the second row, giving you an indication of what is in the actual record. The left side of the dialog contains tabs that represent the REA tables you will be importing into. In this case, we are importing both company and contact information, so REA lists both tabs. We'll start by selecting the Company tab and mapping those fields from our CSV file. In Destination Fields, I click the Field Name column, which gives me a list of the REA company fields. I select the destination field from the list and then drag the matching source field, dropping it in the Expression column. Select the rest of the corresponding fields the same way. Next, I select keys to tell REA how to find duplicate records in my database. You can select as many keys as you want. I selected 6 key fields. This tells REA to check the existing companies in REA before importing the next record in my CSV file for a duplicate. Since I marked 6 fields as keys, the existing record in REA must be an exact match for all 6 fields, or it is not considered a duplicate. If REA finds a company in your existing database which exactly matches all 6 fields, it will treat the record as a duplicate and it will not add the company to REA. Instead, it will update the existing record in REA according to the rules you specify in the Update column. The Update column lists each field as default. The default setting for a duplicate record is listed at the bottom of the window, and you have several selections to choose from. Never, meaning leave the field as is. When blank, adds data if the REA field is blank. And always, which replaces the REA field every time. You can also set the update value for each field individually. Next, I'll map the contact fields. I click the Contact tab and then map the fields just as I did for the company. Once I've mapped all the contact fields, I set keys so REA can find duplicate records. Make sure that you set enough key fields to uniquely find duplicate records. Setting one field usually is not enough to uniquely identify an existing contact. For example, if you choose last name as the only key, any contact with the same last name would be considered a duplicate. You need to use multiple key fields to identify a duplicate record. Next, save your map. Click the Save button. You can save your import map in REA, or you can save it to disk. Saving it to disk lets you share your map with someone else. You can reuse a saved map anytime you want. This also lets you edit the map if you need to fix a mistake. Click OK, and now review the data. You can scroll through all the records in your CSV file using the navigation buttons at the bottom left of the window. If you need to make changes to your map, click the Edit Map button. Make any changes you need and click OK. Once you are satisfied, click Next. You can create a group for any new records that are added, and you can create history for records by checking the boxes. Click Next to continue, and Next again. Once your data has been imported, click Close, and you're ready to review your data.